Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Baking Diva, and to all my new subscribers, thanks for coming on back. I really do appreciate it. I am here today with my cameraman. Hi cameraman.
Hi Diva.
And I'm going to do a special Valentine's Day dessert for you today. I have my Betty Boop apron on. I love Betty Boop. And I have a red tablecloth and red earrings, and I tried to get in character the best I could. But I don't want to waste any time today, so we're going to get started. Today, I'm going to make sort of an oldie but a goodie. It goes by different names. Many of you may have seen it and many not. But it is a peekaboo pound cake. Now, it's Valentine's Day, so I am going to make a surprise heart or a hidden heart Valentine's Day pound cake. And I'm going to show you how to make it starting right now. You will love it. So here we go. Are you ready, cameraman?
Ready, the Diva girl.
Okay. And I'm going to do this in step 1, step 2, step 3, so we can get on by the video without it being too long. And I think it'll be easier to explain it that way. So what do we need first? We need to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. What do we need next? We need a loaf pan, just your regular size loaf pan. Once we have that, we're going to need to either grease and flour or get your baking flour non-stick spray and spray the inside, the bottom, and the sides of your loaf pan. So that's step 1. Step 2, we need 2 boxes of pound cake mix. Now, if you'd like to make your own pound cake, that's fine with me, but this is easier. It's the best way to do it. So you need to buy 2 boxes of this, and you'll see why as we go along. So this happens to be Betty Crocker pound cake mix. And what you're going to need are the ingredients right on the back of the pound cake, which tells you how to make the pound cake. So, step 3, you're going to make one of your pound cake mixes. You're going to follow the directions on the box. This happens to say 2/3 of a cup of milk, use whole milk, a half a stick, that's 1/4 cup of butter, and 2 eggs. So you're going to put this in your mixer, and what you're going to do though with your first pound cake mix is you're going to add some nice red coloring to it, because you want to tint your first pound cake you're making either pink or red, whichever you prefer. So I happen to like the gel coloring. I think it gives it a nicer, more vivid color. But if you don't have that and you want to use your liquid food coloring, that's fine too. So I did that already. So I did that step already, and I'll show you what I have here. I turned it upside down, but this is the first pound cake I made that I made like a pretty deep pink color. What I did is I cooled it, flipped it right out of my pan, and this is the pan I used. I just used a Pyrex glass loaf pan. You can use any kind of loaf pan that you want. And I sprayed it with my flour and my non-stick spray. What I did then is I put it in the refrigerator. You don't have to, but I think it comes out good. I put it in the refrigerator for maybe about an hour. It gets cool, and you want it to be cool. All right, I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to put it right on top of a cutting board. Now, what do you need next? You need a heart cookie cutter. Now, this is a very old one. In fact, I think this is an antique heart cookie cutter. You want to make sure you have the right size, and I'll show you why. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to cut your first colored pound cake into slices. And you want the slices to be about the width or close to the width of your cookie cutter. So I'm going to try the first one. I'm going to just take off the end. So So let me just do that. I'll hold it up so you can see the pretty color pink it is. You see that? Now some people like to put more food coloring in and make it red. This actually has quite a bit of food coloring and it came out a deep pink. Red food coloring can sometimes have a little bit of an aftertaste to it. So I try not to put too much in, but the gel has a lot less, I think, than some of the others. So anyway, let me just take off the end and put it aside for now. And then I'm going to show you what we do with pound cake number 1. That's your colored one. We're going to take a slice of it. Going to cut right through. And here we have our piece of pound cake. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heart-shaped cookie cutter and I'm going to put it right down here and I'm going to cut a heart out of my cake. And there you have it. You have a heart-shaped piece of cake. And we're going to put that aside. And then I'm going to do another one. And I'm going to continue doing these until I get to the end of the pound cake. So there we go. Let's put another heart on there. Okay, you see how easily that cuts? And you have to make sure that your cake is cool. Do another one. And I'm going to continue doing this until I have all of it cut out. All right. So now I will do the rest of this off camera. But after I get my hearts cut out, the next step is going to be to take my second box of pound cake mix, follow the directions on the bottom or the back of the box, and I'm going to mix it. Not going to put any coloring in it. You only want to color your first cake. You don't want to color your second cake. So let me finish cutting these hearts out. I'm going to then mix my second pound cake mixture, and then I will be back in 1 second to show you how the magic, whoop, there's my oven, to show you how the magic happens. So don't go away now. Okay, I'm back. Before I continue on, I'm just going to review quickly for you what I did. And I will put everything in the description box below. You're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You're going to grease and flour a loaf pan. You're going to take your first box of pound cake mix. It has to be pound cake. Pound cake has a firmer consistency. You're going to follow the directions on the box of the pound cake, and you're going to add some coloring to that if you want red or you want pink or whatever. I've made these cakes for other occasions. I've done them. I did a Grinch one. It was a green cake with a little red heart. I had the whole family trying to figure out how the heck I did it. It was fun. They could not figure it out. I did one for St. Patrick's Day. You can do these for any occasion. So anyway, I tinted my first box of pound cake mix. I mixed it as per the instructions on the box. I baked it anywhere from 50 to 60 minutes. Test it with your toothpick to make sure it's done. I cooled it. I put it in the refrigerator for a little while till it got colder. And then, as you saw when I left you off, I had my cookie cutter, my heart cookie cutter, and I sliced the loaf into pieces about the width of the cookie cutter, and I cut out the hearts. And this is pretty much what the hearts look like when I cut them out of the cake. So now you ask, Diva, so what are you doing now? Well, for those of you that may have seen this done, you know, but for those of you that have not seen it done, wait until you see it. So I'm going to put these down, and we're going to go on to our next step. So what I did next is I took my second box of pound cake mix, and I mixed it. No coloring in it. I just mixed it. I have it here in my mixing bowl, and as you can see, it's just white cake mix, okay? So I'm gonna move these hearts over here, and I'll put my mix here. But you're thinking to yourself, I know what you're all thinking. I know, know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Diva, so what about all that cake that's left over after you cut out all the hearts? Well, here it is. I have all the scraps in a bowl. Now, there are a couple of things you can do with these scraps. First of all, the cameraman has already been in the bowl. So don't think they're going to last very long. I mean, they're nice and moist and delicious. He likes the ends, right, cameraman?
Correct.
Or, for those of you that know how to make cake pops, these make perfect cake pops. You just crush them up in a bowl and you follow the directions for making your cake pops. You add your icing, etc. So trust me, they'll disappear in a flash in your house, and if they don't, make cake pops out of them, but nothing goes to waste. All right, now here comes the fun part, and this is how the magic begins. But wait a minute, did you see what the cameraman did to me? Look, shot an arrow right through my head. Well, what was that all about, cameraman? Look at this.
The only regret is it didn't go all the way.
Was that nice? Was that nice to say to your wife?
Truthful.
I can't believe it. I have no words for you.
All right,
You're
I
not
won't eat.
getting any Valentine's Day present. Nah, 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 nah.
I don't want one. Save all your money for St. Patty's Day.
Okay, that's right. All right, so I'm going to take my loaf pan and with a spoon, and this is the part where the magic begins. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your batter in the bottom of the pan. You're not going to put a ton of it. You're not going to put it halfway up. You're just going to put enough in there to cover the bottom of the pan nicely. So I'm going to start doing that. Cameraman can watch me do that. Just going to put it in with the spoon. I'm doing it with a spoon because I want to be neat about it. I don't care about making a mess on myself because I have my Betty Boop Boopy Doop apron on. I love Betty Boop. Okay, so I'm going to cover the bottom of this. And it's funny because when people see these, I don't know, there's all different names for them. Surprise inside cakes or hidden whatever cakes or inside out cakes. When I first saw them, I could not figure out how they did it. But once you see it, it's so easy. And it's a big conversation piece. When you make this cake, you have some guests over. So there. I think I have most of the bottom covered nicely. I didn't put too much in there. Spread it around so you make sure that all your corners are covered. There we go. I think I'm going to just put a speck more in. That's good. All right. Now here's the part I'm going to show you. You have to be careful when you do this because this is what's going to make your cake a success. I'm going to put this aside. You're going to take your pieces that you cut out. Now these happen to be my hearts. I think for Easter I might make one with a bunny. You can do so many fun things. You can tint both your cake mixes if you want. If you don't want it to be a white cake, you can tint it yellow and put a purple cross in there or a bunny or so many different things, a flower. So what you want to do is you're going to take your hearts like this and you are going to line them up like a little tunnel. And you have to have them lined up exact. Don't have like one here and one up here. And you're going to go through the cake pan from one end to the other. So let me move these over here so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to start on one end. I'm going to put that down like that. I'll try to hold it up when I'm done so you can see it. Then you're going to put your next one in. You're just going to stick them into your cake batter, you know, just lightly. You're going to line them all up. Here we go. Because you want to go from one end of the pan to the other. Do you remember, cameraman, when I made these in the past?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and everybody was like, trying to figure out for the life of them how I got these things inside the cake. Finally, they gave up and they said, we're going to Google it. So this is perfect. Look, I think I'll put this piece in the end. And there you go. I'm going to hold this up, cameraman, so they can see it a little bit better. So this is what you want. I don't want to tilt it too much. You want them to go from left to right, no spaces between them, and have them all lined up evenly. All right, now comes the other part. And this is how you have your hidden heart. You're going to take your cake batter and you're going to put it on the sides and the top of these hearts. You don't want to make it too high because you don't want it overflowing out of the cake pan. So I'm going to start doing that now. You're going to fill in your sides. Try not to move your hearts around.
You moved my heart 51 years ago.
Oh, how sweet. First you just said you didn't get the arrow through my head and kill me, and now you said that I moved your heart. You're just a big phony baloney.
Yeah, but what do you see during Valentine's Day? You see arrows through hearts. Get it? That's a duo.
Well, with my cake here, I'm going to put a little thing on there that says, have a little piece of my heart. Remember that song? Have
Yeah.
a little piece of my heart, baby. Or is it like, you took a little piece of my heart, baby? Something like that.
I'll call Ryan Seacrest in the morning.
Quiet, cameraman. All right, so as you can see what I'm doing, I'm going around the sides, and then I'm going to put it on the top. So you want to cover your hearts. That's the idea of it. So you can all see what I'm doing here. Smooth it gently so you don't move your hearts all around. And then once I get the hearts covered, I'm going to put this little baby back into the oven for a second time. And no, your hearts are not going to burn. And we're going to put it in for another 50 or 60 minutes until it's done. You'll test it with your toothpick. So let me just hold this up for a minute, cameraman, so they can sort of see what I'm doing. I didn't cover it all. But you can see what I'm doing here. I'm covering the hearts. Okay? So let me finish doing this. I'm going to put it in the oven. As soon as it's done and it's cool, I'll take it out and we will be back to slice it and show you what it looks like. Of course, first, I got to decorate it on the top a little bit. So stay tuned. All right, I'm back. I took the cake out of the oven. I baked it for, I think, it was about 45 minutes, and I checked it and it was done. I let it cool a few minutes in the pan, and then it slid right out. And as you can see, this is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do now is I decided to put a drizzle of icing over it. So if you've been watching my videos, you've seen this before, but in case you haven't, I took a container of Pillsbury. I happen to have picked the Funfetti Hot Pink Vanilla Icing. I took the lid off it and I put it in the microwave for a little less than a minute. And it will melt for you in there. And then what I did is I poured it into this Pyrex measuring cup. I'm going to give it a little stir. And you can see what it looks like here. And I'm going to pour it over the cake, the top of the cake. It's a little bit of a cheat. If you want, you can make your own icing. But this icing tastes pretty good. It comes in so many colors that I thought I would do this. So I'm going to just drizzle it back and forth over the cake. You can do this on any cake. Really works well, actually. Here we go. Look at that. Let it run down the sides a little bit. You can see from that angle, cameraman, is it running down the sides?
It's running down my side.
Cameraman just wants this to be over, right?
You got it.
Look at this. Yummy. We can wipe it off the dish, you know, whatever's slid down in the dish. It's just a quick and easy little hack for icing your cakes. There we go. Look at that. Okay, let me see what it looks like on that side. Yep, perfect. And then what I'm going to do is I have some Valentine's sprinkles that I'm going to put on top. It's looking good. I put quite a bit on. I'll be wiping off the dish later. Here we go. And here I have little red, white, and pink heart sprinkles. So I'm going to put some of those on the top of the cake. I think that'll make it look very festive. Look at that, and very Valentine-y. Looking good. Looking good, Diva. What do you think, cameraman?
Looking good, Diva.
Look at that. Whoa. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it, cameraman. Just give me a minute. Put a few more of those little hearts on there. Oh, I love it. I'm holding it up for you. You ready?
I think so.
Look at that.
Nice and slowly.
Look at that.
Wow, what a holdup.
Woohoo! All right, everyone. So I am going to let this harden a little. I'm going to clean up the icing on the plate, and I'm going to be back to cut a slice and see if our hidden heart is inside. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, I'm back. I'm sorry I'm laughing. The cameraman told me that I have my heart and arrow on backwards. It was on the other way before. Who cares?
It's a return engagement.
Anyway, the cake is all finished. I drizzled the icing on it and I put my little heart sprinkles on it. Now I'm going to cut a piece and we're going to see if the heart is inside the cake. Woohoo! So let me get my little knife out here, a little spatula, and let me see. I'm not sure about the end piece, but let me give it a try. Okay. There we go. What do you think, cameraman? What do you think, cameraman?
It won't be there.
Let me see. Let me get my little spatula. The end piece is always the hardest. Let me get that out. Ah! Victory! Let me turn this baby around so you can all see it. Let me just get the crumbs out of the way. Zoom in on this baby, cameraman. Look at that heart.
Wow, shot me down.
That's my hidden heart pound cake.
Where's your next arrow going?
I should tell you all that if you didn't think this was spectacular, then I don't know what was. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, go down below in that subscription box and hit that red subscribe until it turns gray. And then you will be a subscriber and you'll get to see all the good, yummy, delicious, sweet, and savory videos I have coming up.
Diva, I have a question for you.
Wait, I'm not done. And then ring that little bell next to it. Then YouTube will send you a notification when I have a new video up. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and make a comment. You know how much I love your comments. Let me hold up this piece I cut, the end piece. Look at that heart in there. So sweet. So sweet. I'm going to take a little taste of it. Let me see. I have a knife. I didn't get myself a fork. Let me taste a piece of this. Oh, I can't wait. The cameraman can't wait. Wait till this video's over. All right, let's see. Let me try it. I love it. It's pound cake, and pound cake is dense and moist. I love it. I give it 2 thumbs up. So anyway, you want to see more of my videos? And you want to see more of Cray Cray me? Cameraman says no. Hit that subscribe button. No, seriously, I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And I want to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day. I want to give you a heads up. There's a collab that's going to be coming up. And it's with my grandson. And it's with the granddaughter of Barbara from Take Control, Beauty and More. And we're going to have the 2 kids do a Valentine's Day collab together. So we're excited about that. That'll be coming up soon. So anyway, make this cake. Now that you saw how easy it was to make, give it a try. And from moi and the cameraman, we say toodles.
No, toodles too soon.
Toodles.
You didn't answer my question.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was your question?
Can you make me a shamrock cake for St. Patty's Day with Jameson's Irish whiskey?
I don't know. I'll try.
Okay.
All right. Now we can say toodles?
Toodles.
Toodles.